Hello and welcome back to Zenin Fanfics. Today we're starting an exciting new series. What if Deku had a quirk called All for One 2.0? If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe for more content. The story we're featuring is written by Fubiki14 on Wattpad. You can find all the relevant links in the description, so be sure to check out the author's profile and say hello. Now, let's dive into the story. Alicia. Izuku was a boy like any other. He was born into the Naraka family. His father left the family when Izuku was born. His mother blames him for his father leaving, so he was mistreated daily, and when the day came to take the test from Quirk POV narrator Dr. Mdem Naraka, your son has a quirk called All for One 2.0, which can steal, give, copy, enhance or destroy other quirks. Millie Naraka. Izuku's mother. Thank you so much, doctor. As soon as they leave Izuku, Millie Naraka. Don't you dare call me You are a mistake and don't even try to go to my house, you freak. She leaves him to his own devices in the streets. He starts to wander around aimlessly. For many days he fed himself by asking for food in the streets. He luckily got it in some places, but in other places he was mistreated for having a quirk of villain. But there was something he never stopped doing, which is smile. One day when he was walking around, he sees a burglar who had a sentient quirk called KB. He steals this quirk from the burglar and continues to wander aimlessly until one day he finds a girl. Izuku. Hello. Who are you? Izuku. My name is Izuku, just Izuku. My mother abandoned me. What's your name? QT. People call me QT. I was abandoned for not having a quirk. Izuku approaches her and places his hand on her head, giving her the KB quirk for her. Izuku, now you have a quirk. KB gets off her back. QT. How did you do it? Izuku. It's my quirk. It allows me to steal, give, copy, improve and destroy quirks. This is a quirk I got from a burglar. QT. Thanks. KB. I see you have a good heart. Izuku. Honestly, I hated my old user. Izuku. Thanks. I forgot to mention that he's conscious. A few weeks pass. Izuku and QT get closer and closer. They found a shelter where they could sleep at night. The people who lived on the streets let the two in because they were children, so they would have less conditions to survive with the cold of the night on the streets. One day when they are out for a walk, they spot a group of children. Izuku. Hello. Hello. Who are? Izuku. My name is Izuku. This is QT, and the one on her back is her quirk KB. QT/KB. Hello. Izumi. My name is Izumi Yagi. These are Katsumi Bakugu and Shoka Todoroki. Katsumi/Shoka. Hello Izumi, wanna play with us? QT/Izuku, of course. They spend a few hours playing. Izumi. That was fun. Where do you guys live? Izuku and QT are a little sad. Izuku. We both don't have homes. Our families abandoned us. In my case for having a villain quirk and QT for not having a quirk. We usually stay in a shelter so we don't get cold at night. Izumi. But she has a Izuku. That's why I gave her one. Izumi. What do you mean? Izuku. That quirk belonged to a burglar. As soon as he tried to hurt me, I stole his quirk, because my quirk allows me to steal, give, copy, improve and destroy quirks. It's called All for One 2.0. Izumi, and why don't you two move in with me? I'm sure Mum will want to adopt you. Mum keeps saying she wants more kids but is scared of having to give Bardage to another one, whatever that means. Not to mention my dad left an inheritance since he died 2 years ago. Years old. Izuku. Would they accept us? Izumi. Probably they went to Izumi's house and Izumi. Yes, daughter. Izumi, can you come here for a bit? I'm going when she arrives. Who are these two? Izumi. These two are Izuku and QT. I met them today while playing with Katsumi and Shoka. They told me they lived on the streets and I wanted to know if you could adopt them. Thinking this is perfect. I think I can do that. Izuku. What's your name? Inko. My name is Inko Yagi. What's your quirk? QT. My quirk's name is KB. KB reveals himself. It's a sentient quirk that was given to me by Izuku. Inko. What do you mean your quirk was given? Izuku. My quirk is called AFO 2.0. It allows me to steal, give, improve or destroy quirks. Inko freezes. Inko. What is your Bardage father's name? Izuku. Izuku starts to cry. Izuku. I have no idea. He abandoned me on the day I was born. Inko was more relieved. Inko. I'm sorry if I said something I shouldn't have. Izuku. Alright, after all you deserve to know. Inko. I'm going to make dinner and get ready because tomorrow I'm going to adopt you too, and also since classes will still start in a few years for you, remember they still have 4 years. I'll be able to enroll you with Izumi QT. Alright Inko. Inko, please call me mom. QT/Izuku, right Izuku's QT Izumi Yagi Katsumi Bakugu Shoka Todoroki, and maybe Fuyumi? 1A girls POV. It's been 3 years since QT and I were adopted by Inko. After that things just got better. QT and I became fast friends with Katsumi and Shoka too. I ended up copying Izumi, Katsumi and Shoka's quirks. We got along fine very soon and today will be our first day of school at school Izumi. Ready for your first day of school Izu. Izumi after some time I think to shorten my name, she started calling me Izu, Katsumi started calling me Iken, Shokazuku and QT started calling me Oniai-chan. I think she sees me as a big brother old after all. Author, go for it Izuku, go for it. Me. I guess so QT. Come on Oniai-chan. KB, I hope you like it, but don't worry, anything I'll be here to protect you. Inko, it's time to go kids. Me/QT/Izumi, right mom. We go downstairs and go to school with mom taking us. Upon arriving there we meet with Katsumi and Shoka. Katsumi/Shoka, hello Iken/Suku. Me, hello girls. QT, hello too. Me, we better go inside, we don't want to miss anything from our first day of school and also, if we get there first we can choose our seats. I took the seat by the window. QT managed to take the seat next to me and Izumi the seat behind me. The teacher arrived. Teacher, good morning children, my name is Anna and I will be your teacher for the first 3 years of school. Please introduce yourselves. All the students started to introduce themselves and when it was our turn Katsumi, my name is Katsumi. Bakugu, my quirk is called explosion. In short I can create explosions from my hands. Shoka, my name is Shoka Todoroki, my quirk is called half hot, half cold. I can throw ice with my right side and fire with my left. Izumi, my name is Izumi Yagi, my quirk is telekinesis. Basically I can move things with my mind. QT, my name is QT Yagi, my quirk is called KB. My quirk is a sentient one, it's this robot over here. KB comes off QT's back to demonstrate me. My name is Izuku Yagi, my quirk is called all for 1-2. 0-inch, this quirk allows me to steal, give, improve or destroy other quirks. 2 children didn't like me anymore, others became normal at break time. Me and the girls were talking and random kid 1. Look what we have here, a villain. Me, are you talking about me? Random kid 2, sure, who else would be your villain? Me, why are you calling me a villain? Random kid 1, your quirk isn't a hero quirk, it's a villain quirk. Izumi, leave him alone. Random kid 1, and what are you going to do? The coordinator arrives. Random kid 2, coordinator just kick this villain out of here. And coordinator, you two are going to be expelled if you don't stay quiet. Random kid 1, WI. Coordinator, you still ask why? Did you know that discriminating against a person based on their quirk is a crime? Random kid 2, B, but he's a villain. And coordinator, but nothing goes straight to the board. The 2 children leave and I was crying. Coordinator, calm down little one, they're gone. Me, crying. Is it true what they said? Am I a villain? Girls hug me and say Izumi, of course not. Katsumi, what defines whether a quirk is a villains or not, is who uses that quirk. Shoka, don't think that just because you have that quirk you're a villain. QT, you helped me while we were living on the streets, you are my hero. The other kids got close and started to motivate me. Me, thanks guys. Then the children's parents were called and their parents apologized to me and told the other 2 to apologize too. As soon as I got back home with QT and Izumi, we told mom what happened. She was angry, but at the same time happy. She was angry because of the kids and happy that the school didn't tolerate it. Looks like things are going to get better I guess. Izuku POV, if another 6 years have passed since I entered the school. Our school unfortunately had to be shut down, as they had some problems in managing it, so we were sent to another school. Me, QT, Izumi, Katsumi and Shoka were sent to the same school. We also got Izumi, Katsumi and Shoka were in the same class, me and QT in another. But this class that QT and I were in had a gang of 6 girls. This gang was known as survivors. These 6 girls were very feared at school. Neither I nor the other 4 knew what they looked like or who they were, nor their quirks. Our first day will be at the mercy of our own luck. QT and I entered and saw that a girl was going to fall. I ran and caught her. Me, are you okay? Yes, Thank you very much. You're new around here, aren't you? Me? Yeah, how do you know? I've never seen your face around here, other than you helped me. Makes sense, but what if I helped you? Usually people don't help me because I'm part of a gang. Me. Wait, which gang are you part of? I'm part of Survivors. Thinking now he will possibly run away. Me. Alright, what's your name? Won't you run away? Me. Of course not. As much as you're a part of this gang, if you really wanted to do me harm, you either would have done it already or you wouldn't want me to help you. Besides, I'm not afraid of you at all. Form. Blushing. My name is Kyoka Jirami. My name is Izuku Yagi. This is QT. QT. Hello. Me. She and I are from your class. We better go soon. We went into the living room and teacher. We have 2 new students. Please introduce yourselves. QT. My name is QT Yagi. My quirk is called KB. My quirk is a sentient one. It's this robot over here. KB comes off QT's back to demonstrate. QT. I really like my Oni-chan and cute things. I hate bad people and boring things. Me. My name is Izuku Yagi. My quirk is called All for 1-2. 0-inch. This quirk allows me to steal, give, improve or destroy other quirks. I really like my family and ice cream. I hate bullies and people who discriminate others before meeting them. I hope we can be friends. This time no one seemed to give me the wrong look, but they weren't exactly looking at me. Students and teacher, thinking too bright. At break time the girls and I went to the terrace and saw Kyoko with her friends Izumi, Katsumi and Shoka get scared when they see the so feared Survivors gang. They in their room will find out who they were and I approach Izumi. Watch out, Izukami. Don't worry. Me. Hello, Kyoka. Kyoka. Hello, Izuku. Black hair. Do you know him? Kyoka. Kyoka. That's that boy who helped me earlier. Izumi, Katsumi and Shoka approach. Green hair. Let's introduce ourselves better since in the room only he and QT introduced themselves. Karo. My name is Tsuyu Azui. Nice to meet you. Black hair. My name is Momo Yayorozu. It's also nice to get to know you better. Pink hair. I'm Mina Ishido. Nice, we can talk. Kyoka. My name is Kyoka Jiru. Nice to meet you. Invisible. My name is Toru Hagakure. I hope we can be friends. Brown hair. My name is Achiko Uraraka. Nice to meet you. Me. Girls, why don't you introduce yourselves? Katsumi. My name is Katsumi Bakugu. Shoka. My name is Shoka Todoroki. Izumi. My name is Izumi Yagi. Kyoka. Why don't you sit with us? We sat down with them and started to eat momo. So Izuku, you helped Kyoka today even without knowing who she was, even after finding out from what Kyoka said. You and QT remained calm. Why? Me and QT knew that if she wanted to do us any harm she would have done it, and I don't think QT and I ever mentioned it to anyone, but she and I are less afraid than ordinary people. We can be afraid, but it's very unusual. Kyoka, got it. Izumi, our recess is ending, we better go back to class. Me. Before that I would like to ask the girls. Momo, what would that be? Me, are we friends? The girls, of course. We went back to the room and a person armed with a revolver enters the room and speaks. Armed person. Nobody move. I get up and start walking towards her. The person tries to shoot but I stop the shot with telekinesis. The person tries to shoot 5 more times and I stop the bullets and take all the ammunition that was with the person and freeze it. Teacher, do you have any idea how dangerous that was? Me, I was fully aware, but I also knew I could handle it. I practice fighting and correct use of quirks. After a while the police arrive and arrest the person and I hand over the ammunition. The police say that it was reckless for me to have done what I did, but they let it go. I said that it is rare for me to feel afraid, but this situation now it's one of the few that makes me scared. The girls and my mom found out I'm screwed. T to the power of T. Izuku POV. The day I decided to be a hero a few days ago I was beaten up at home. Izumi and her mother also told me not to do that again. Anyway, as time went by, the girls and I got closer to the survivors. We became great friends despite the trouble they usually got into. We are now 15 and Izumi, Katsumi and Shoka have changed a lot since we were younger. Izumi, for example, she's gone from that. I think she's been spending too much time with the others. QT was the only one that hasn't changed much. Today is another day of school. Teacher, alright, today is the day for you to choose what you want to be when you have a job. Who am I kidding? I know everyone wants to be a hero. With the exception of me and the girls, everyone started using their quirks. Teacher, calm down. Using your quirks like that without a license is against the law. Picks up some papers. Yagi's, I see you tried to go to UA random student. Isn't this the school that only 2% of the participants get into? Teacher. Yes, but I believe they have a good chance of entering. I see that Achiko, Momo, Kyoka, Tsuyu, Mina and Toru will also try to enter. The other students start to look scared and remain silent. Teacher. As this is the last day of classes, I'll make you feel more relaxed. The next few days are for you to prepare to take any entrance exam or not. It depends on whether the person wants to go to any school they want. After class we left to go home. At home Izumi and QT agreed to start training and studying for the UA entrance exam. QT and KB trained separately from us. Izumi started to practice with her telekinesis to be able to lift more weight and not get constant headaches when using her quirk. I trained a little of each quirk I have, like Izumi's telekinesis, the explosions from Katsumi, Shoka's fire and ice, and Mina's acid. We also take time to study together. We take the opportunity to study with the other girls too. In my training I also tried to train different fighting styles so that I don't just depend on quirks. One day, in the morning I go to the beach, which is a dump, to try to practice with telekinesis, and I see a girl training me. Hello. Who are you? Me. My name is Izuku Yagi. Are you related to Toshinori Yagi? Me, Izumi's father. I would be, but he died 13 years ago. How would you be? Me and one other person were adopted about 11 years ago, and would you be? Melissa. My name is Melissa Shield. I was so upset about Uncle Toshi's death that I didn't even hear about you. Me. Are you his niece? Melissa. Considerate, but yeah. Me. What are you doing here? Melissa. I'm training for the UA entrance exam. Me. I came here to train too. Melissa. We can train together if you want. Me. Of course we train until late afternoon. Me. I better go. See you some other time. Melissa. Goodbye. I go home, and when I get there, QT. Izuku, can you come up to our room for a bit? I think it's strange that she called me by name. Neither Izumi nor her mother was at home, so I went there. And QT. Look, Izuku, this is something I've wanted to get off my chest for a couple of years now, or even since the day we met. Me. Yes. QT. Look, I like you. I really love you, not like a brother but like a man, as we are not BLD brothers, so it doesn't matter what I'm going to say. I really love you, so please be my boyfriend. I get all red. Me. I accept. QT comes and kisses me. QT. I also know that there are a few more girls in love with you, so me. Don't worry, I'll only have eyes for you. QT. Don't be silly. I was going to say that since I know who they are, I don't mind sharing you with them. Me. Are you sure? QT. Like I said, I know exactly who you are, so that's fine with me, but remember I'm the first. Me, right? QT. I'll talk to them later. Me. Okay. Izuku. POV. Today is the day of the UA entrance exam. I've been training on the beach that had become a garbage dump. Melissa and I managed to clean the beach. She passed that. My relationship with QT was very good too. She said that she still needs to talk to some people about our relationship. When we told her mother, she was extremely happy. Izumi not so much. Inko. Are you guys ready for the entrance exam today? Me/QT/Izumi. Yes, Mom. We left in the direction of UA. From what we heard, Momo and Shoka are recommended students, so their test was different. As soon as we arrived at the UA, I was walking towards where the written test would be administered when I trip and start to fall. And does someone grab me by the hoodie? Are you okay? You almost fell on your face. Me. Thanks, but who are you? Atsuya. My name is Atsuya Nakamoto. Me. My name is Izuku Yagi. Atsuya. Well, you'd better hurry up if you don't want to be late. Me. That's right. I hope you can get into the UA. Atsuya. I say the same about you. First we did the written exam. It was very easy. I finished with about 5 minutes, and I even pointed out an error in the test. I think it was on purpose. When Present Mike was explaining, a blue-haired boy interrupted him talking without knowing about the 0-pointer. I must say he's pretty annoying. Blue-haired boy. And you? He said, pointing at me. Blue-haired boy. Why are you in a hood and not in a uniform? Me. First of all, the regulations didn't say anything about not being able to wear a hood on the entrance exam, and I'm not in uniform because I was homeschooled. I say even more, if you hadn't interrupted the Present Mike. He was about to explain 0-pointer, which as the name suggests is worth 0 points. The boy slumps down in his seat in embarrassment. I was assigned to city. Melissa, Achiko and Atsuya seemed to be assigned to the same city as me. When the gate opened, I shot in front of everyone. Random person 1. Hey, this is cheating. Random person 2. Sure, it will be disqualified. And Present Mike. What are you waiting for? There is no counter in real life. The others started running to try to get points. I was using Shoka and Izumi's quirks, one at a time, to be able to destroy the robots and get points. After half an hour I had accumulated enough points to pass in the observation room. Narrator POV Aizawa. Those two look promising. Who are they? Nizu. The girl's name is Izumi Yagi. Her quirk from what is written on her sheet is telekinesis. She is the daughter of the late Toshinori. And the boy is called Brazil Izuku Yagi. I didn't know he had a son too. His quirk is Nizu began to shake his hands. Nizu. All for 1-2. 0 Aizawa. Didn't all for 1 die with Toshinori? He kind of blew himself up. Nizu. I think he left a son in the world, but looking at the records, Inko adopted him, so I think she guided him in a good way. Aizawa. If he and Izumi pass I want them in my class. It'll be interesting to keep an eye on him and all. Nizu. Okay, time to release one of the 2 0-pointers. Nizu presses a red button that releases a giant robot. As soon as Melissa appears, she sees a person in danger and goes with everything and uses one for all and shouts, "Melissa! Smash Melissa!" Thinking, is this how it all ends? She starts to go down slowly. Melissa. What? Izuku. Apparently you need a helping hand. Melissa. Izuku. He puts her on the floor. Izuku. Then I'll help you 2. Go to recovery girl. Melissa. 2. Izuku helps whoever was trapped in the rocks. Izuku. I'll also help you. Achiko. Melissa sees who was trapped. It seemed to be a friend of Izuku. Then the ground starts to shake again. It was another 0-pointer. Izuku. I'll take care of it. I will help. He looks back and sees Itsuya. Even though I'm the one who's going to do most of the damage if I'm not going to destroy it. God's Blade, Neas and Celestial Staff. Critical Itsuya. Divine Arsenal. Zeus. A shield is formed in the area around the 0-pointer and this happens inside the shield. Izuku. Are you okay? Itsuya. Yes, and you have no idea how much I needed to do this. Then time runs out and a siren alerts this. Izuku takes Achiko and Melissa to the infirmary and so the day goes on. He still wanted to know what Itsuya did. Izuku POV. It's been a week since the entrance exam took place. Our letters from the AU should arrive any minute. Inko. Your UA letters have arrived. Me, QT and Izumi went running to get our letters in my room. I opened the letter and there was a holographic disc and when I start the video it was Endeavor. Endeavor. Hello young Yagi. It's me Endeavor. As a projection I came to tell you your score. You got 100% on the written test. On the practical test you got an incredible 180 points for destroying robots. However, there is a class of points that wasn't mentioned before, the points for saving. You risked your life to save that exam girl by preventing her from dying, and also got that other young woman who was trapped in the rubble, which guaranteed you 60 save points, leaving you with 240 points, making you pass first on the entrance exam. You're in class 1A, welcome to Hero Academy. Disc self-destructs me. He looks a bit like Shoka's father. Wait, is Shoka's father Endeavor? This is amazing. Why didn't Shoka tell me sooner? Did she not know? I went to Izumi and QT and they said they also passed. The 3 of us were crying with happiness. We were one more step closer to our future as heroes. A few more days passed and we got our things to go to the UA. Inko. Didn't you forget anything? We walked up to Inko and we kissed her on the cheek as a way of saying goodbye and headed towards you. Getting there I see all the girls and I recognize that green hair anywhere. It looks like you really do chase your hopes and dreams. I look back and see Melissa. Me. Melissa, I see you passed too. What class are you in? Melissa, 1A. And you? Me, I'm in 1A too. Izumi. You. Who is she? QT. Thought. Calm down Izumi, we already talked. Me. This is Melissa. This is a girl I saved and met on the entrance exam. I looked at Melissa and it felt like her soul had left her body. I don't know how he didn't feel a bit afraid of that look. I'm just here existing 0 to 0. Melissa, be better, we go to class soon. Thought. I thought I was going to be murdered. QT. Okay, we've been looking for room 1A for a while. As soon as we got to the room, the door was big. It must be for people who have quirks that make them taller. We went in and waited after a while when the rest of the staff arrived. Please take your feet off the table. Katsumi, and why do you think I'm going to do this? 4 eyes. Look, I don't mean any trouble, but you're disrespecting school property. Katsumi, and who do you think you are? Lida. I'm Tenya Lida from Somei Academy. Katsumi. Oh, you're an elite. I'll love then finishing you. Izumi and I just keep quiet and sit down. There's a yellow bag on the floor that stands up and says, "Be quiet, I don't want any trouble right now." 2. Ah, giant yellow caterpillar. A yellow-haired boy shouted me, "Not a chance. You are the eraser head hero." Aizawa, I'm surprised you recognized me. Brazil, anyway, I'm your teacher for the next 3 years. Meet me in the beta land and put on those training suits and go there, Aizawa. Today we'll do a quirk test, Ochiko, but there's no opening ceremony or something. Aizawa, here at UA we teachers have complete autonomy to do and teach as we wish. Izuku, you are the person who performed the best in the exam. Go to that circle and throw that ball as far as possible. She throws me a baseball. Me. Right, I go to the circle I play and use Izumi's quirk to give it momentum to throw the ball further. Aizawa. 814 meters. Mina. Can we use our quirks? This goes. I run and cover her mouth. Me. Don't even think about finishing that sentence, Aizawa. Okay, let's proceed. Testing continued. Aizawa. Here are the results. 1 Izuku Yagi, 2 Katsumi Bakugu, 3 Melissa Shield, 4 Izumi Yagi, 5 Shoka Todoroki, 6 Momo Yaoyorozu, 7 QT Yagi, 8 Fumikage Tokoyami, 9 Ejiro Kurishima, 10 Mina Ishido, 11 Tsu Azui, 12 Kyoka Jiro, 13 Toru Hagakure, 14 Achiko Uraraka, 15 Yuga Aoyama, 16 Tenya Lida, 18 Denki Kaminari, 19 Mizo Shoji, 20 Minoru. Mineta Aizawa. Go back to the classroom and introduce yourselves in the room. After most of the class introduce themselves. Katsumi. My name is Katsumi Bakugu, my quirk is explosions, that's all you'll know about me for now. Izumi. My name is Izumi Yagi, my quirk is basically telekinesis, I can move objects just by thinking. I like my brother, sister and friends, and I don't like perverts and bullies at all. Shoka. My name is Shoka Todoroki, my quirk is half ice and half fire, I can manipulate ice and fire. I really like a certain person and I don't like perverts and bullies at all. QT. I'm QT Yagi, my quirk is called KB. My quirk is a sentient one, it's this robot over here. KB comes off QT's back to demonstrate QT. I really like my boyfriend and cute things. I hate bad people and boring things. Me. My name is Izuku Yagi, my quirk is all for 1 2 0. I can copy, steal, grant or destroy quirks. I love my girlfriend QT and I hate people who discriminate against others for their quirk. Yellow hair. Do you date your own sister? Me. We are not BLD related, we are both adopted and come from different families. Yellow hair. Oh, sorry for asking me. No problem. The others introduce themselves. Aizawa. Okay class. Classes are over, you can go home. Izuku POV. Our week was going normally, taking classes, studying hero laws. Aizawa. You may have noticed, but Mineta's chair is empty for now. We looked and really didn't even realize he wasn't here. Aizawa. Well, he got expelled yesterday. He tried to harass a third-year girl. So a person who had become an alternate ended up getting the job. Come on in, Itsuya. Hello, my name is Itsuya Nakamoto, and well, I don't have a quirk. Everyone. What? Me. B. But I saw you destroy a 0-pointer. And Itsuya. That wasn't a quirk. My abilities are related to magic. What you saw was 2 of my tamaki, which are weapons manifested from my soul. This is a concept that may not be very original, but was something I thought. They are very good for combat anyway. I'll continue. I really like playing games, especially fighting ones. My favorite is called BlazBlue. I hate rude people. Aizawa. You can sit over there. He goes and sits in the old Mineta seat. After a while we heard someone knock on the door and it was all Shoka. Endeavor. Yes, anyway, I came here today because you'll have a combat training class. Your hero outfits also arrived. Meet me at the beta land for the explanation. In beta land. Endeavor. You are doing very well. As you know, today will be combat training. It will be a test done in pairs by drawing lots. Lida. But why draw? Izumi. Just think, when we're heroes we won't always be able to fight alongside those we know. Lida. Okay, sorry to interrupt. In the draw I was paired with Itsuya, and Katsumi was paired with Lida. This will be the only match that will be done. My team will be the heroes team and Katsumi's will be the villains team. The villain team went to plant the bomb. Itsuya. Any ideas? Me. Maybe Katsumi doesn't have the patience and will try to come at us, so I can try to hold her while you look for the bomb. Itsuya. I have a tamaki that can scan the place, but we'll have to go in there for that. Me. This will definitely come in handy. Endeavor. Heroes may enter. We enter. Itsuya. Galactica orb. An orb appears in his hand and begins to emit pulses of energy. Itsuya. This will only take a minute, so protect me until I finish scanning. Me. Right, we go walking for about 30 seconds and Katsumi, I found you. She tries to use an explosion to hit Itsuya, but I step in front to protect him. Itsuya. 5 more seconds she tries to attack, but this time I counter with ice preventing her from hitting Itsuya. Itsuya. Scan done. The bomb is on the 6th floor. Itsuya undoes his tamaki and Itsuya. Mythical chains. He capture Katsumi and Itsuya. What are you waiting for? Let's go to the 6th floor. We run up to the 6th floor where we see Lita trying to play a villain. He tries to attack Itsuya, but I use telekinesis to throw him against the wall. Itsuya wastes no time and starts running towards the bomb and touches it. Endeavor. Team of Heroes 1. We start to leave and on the way Itsuya takes Katsumi's chains. We got out of there. Izumi. How did you guys know where to go? Me. It was thanks to Itsuya. He used one of his tamaki that scanned the place and he knew where exactly the bomb was. Izumi. This is amazing. Katsumi, so that's how you won me. Yes, you really are something else, aren't you, Itsuya? Itsuya, just listen to what I'm going to tell you. If there's one thing I'm not, it's someone normal. Me. I don't know if that was self-deprecating or if you meant something else, but okay. Nay, Itsuya, you don't want to know Izuku POV. If it's been a week since combat training, Itsuya managed to get a lot closer to the people in the class. We find out more about Itsuya's tamaki ability. He can manifest several things with his tamaki. His limitation is that he can't create living beings, because he uses his own soul to manifest these objects, so if he uses tamaki to create a living being, he will have to exchange his soul for the life of that living being. From what he told me, he is one of the last people you know who have the ability to use tamaki. Aizawa then comes to tell us something. Aizawa. Well done everyone, today we will have rescue training at USJ Denki, Universal. Aizawa. Before you mention Universal Japan Studios, know that I've heard that same joke over the years here about 5 times. No, we're going to the unforeseen simulation joint, put on your hero costumes and get on the bus. We did that and QT and Izumi stayed by my side at the back of the bus while I was thinking about life. Tsuyu, I usually speak what comes to my mind, so Melissa, you have a power similar to what All Might had when he was still alive. Me. Stopping to analyze it is really similar. Melissa starts to sweat. Melissa? I think you're confusing things. All Might didn't break his bones by using his quirk beyond the limit. Tsuyu, you're right. Me. Thinking why did she break into a sweat when she brought this up? Oh, there's something. Aizawa. All right, get off the bus, we're here. 13. Hello, I'm rescue heroine. 13. Achiko starts talking about how 13 is his favorite heroine. Then 13 starts to explain about the danger of quirks, using as an example his own quirk, called Black Hole. Aizawa. 13, where is Endeavor? He was supposed to be here. 13, he had to settle some matters. Aizawa. Okay, let's go to the lessons. A black portal appears, a lot of people emerge from inside it, and one of them said, "We are the League of Villains and we are here to kill Endeavor." Ejiro. Cool, they even have fake villains. Aizawa. These aren't fakes, they are real. 13 protect the students. A villain made of mist appears and scatters us across the USJ. I see myself in the flooded region. I was with Itsuya, Melissa and Tsuyu. Itsuya. The situation isn't very favorable for us. Tsuyu. Fact, it's not. There are villains in the water who won't let us pass. Me. I think I have an idea that might help us. I tell Melissa to try to use her quirk somehow in the water and I could freeze the water. So Tsuyu would jump with Itsuya and Melissa away. We executed the plan and everything went well, and when we got to the center I saw Aizawa was being held by something. Meet my Nomu, he was made to defeat Endeavor. Aizawa. Izuku. Tsuya. Get out of here, it's dangerous. Me, don't think we're leaving you. Itsuya. I have a plan. Mythical chains. The chains hold the thing. Itsuya. Your turn. Izuku. I touch the thing's head and copy its quirks and then destroy the quirks. Itsuya. Lotus Orb. Flames start to surround the thing to consume that thing. It won't help. Nomo has a quirk that makes him immune to. I turn up the flames and the thing is charred. Itsuya and I managed to burn that thing that was definitely not human anymore. Which? Cheating. You must be able to kill even Endeavor. Izuku, neither I nor Itsuya are Endeavor. This is not over. I will come back. Itsuya. Okay, go away, baby hands. Endeavor arrives with other heroes as soon as they left. We left there and went back home. Our classes were suspended for 3 days. Izuku POV. Our classes were suspended for 3 days, so we decided to take that time to relax, and Yue has a project in mind. Itsuya and I received a scolding for acting like that. but at the same time we received congratulations for having succeeded. QT seemed a little upset with me for taking such a risk. Me. QT, is there anything I can do for you to forgive me? QT. I had an idea, I'll be right back. She left there and went to talk to Izumi, then they make a call each one and then QT comes to talk to me. QT. Let's go out for a bit today, me, you, Izumi, Shoka and Katsumi. Me, right? I get ready and I, QT and Izumi leave towards the public park from here. Me. This place is very appealing. QT. Indeed Izumi, let's wait for Shoka and Katsumi here. Me/QT. Right, we wait for a while and the missing two arrive. Shoka. Sorry I'm late. Katsumi. We needed to pick up a few things. Me. QT. What do you have in mind for us to do? QT. I thought we'd have a picnic, so the girls and I brought some little things to do with it. They arrange a towel on the floor and put things. After a while we were talking, eating. After some time when we finished, we all decided to go to our house, and when we arrived the mother wasn't home, so a doubt pops into my head. Me. QT. Why did you want to call Izumi, Shoka and Katsumi? QT. Girls, it's your time. They approach me and say all three, we love you, please hang out with us. Me. But I'm already dating QT and QT. I already said it was okay. I agreed to share you with them. Me. What do you mean? QT. Since a long time I know that they are in love with you, so I decided that I would share you with them. I stop and think. Me. In that case I accept. They come and kiss me. Me. Any idea what we can do now? QT. How about we watch movies? Izumi. It's a good idea. We started watching a lot of movies and made popcorn. We watched Sonic 1 and 2. It took a lot of time, so we decided to watch one last movie. Me. What movie do you have in mind? Izumi. Izumi. This one. I took Izumi to another corner. Me. Are you sure you want to watch this movie? Izumi. Yeah, why? Is afraid. Me. No, it's because the last time we watched a horror movie when you were 7, you were terrified and wanted to sleep with me. Izumi. We were 7 years old, of course I was going to be scared. Are you going to tell me you weren't scared? Me. No, I was sleeping well, and at 3 in the morning you knocked on my door. And Izumi. Okay, but now it's going to be different. Me. Okay, we went back and started watching it. Part 1. During the movie Izumi was like this. As soon as the movie ends we go to sleep. The two had taken a futon. Izumi went to the bedroom with that face. Izumi during the night went to my room. And me. I warned you. Izumi. Can I sleep with you? Me. Just come soon. I went to sleep too, and Izumi wouldn't let go of me. The next morning everyone went home to prepare things for the dorms, and Izumi didn't look too good. Me. I told you. Didn't I? Izumi. Okay, you win. I don't watch horror movies anymore. Me. I'm pretty sure you'll make up your mind to watch more movies like this. Izuku POV. If it's been 3 days since the attack on USJ, then our classes would go back to normal. Atsuya looked kind of different. He looked scared. He looked like he saw a ghost. Me. What happened? Atsuya. Atsuya. Can I give you some advice? Of course. He comes close to me and Atsuya. If you date, never make your partner angry. Me. Why this advice? Atsuya. Because I speak from experience. Me. Wait, do you have a girlfriend or boyfriend? Atsuya. Yeah. Me. What name? Atsuya. Her name is Luna. Me. Well, what happened? Atsuya. She found out that I took a chance on USJ and she gave me a few punches. Me. Got it, thanks for the tip. I guess we went to the classroom in Aizawa. Alright, you guys did pretty well at USJ and all, but Izuku and Atsuya, don't take that much risk, thinking. Even though I'm really grateful, me/Atsuya, right. I've learned my lesson. Aizawa, but the fight isn't over yet. All, thinking more villain attacks. Aizawa, you will have to train for the annual UA Sports Festival that will take place in a week. All, thinking a regular school event. Aizawa, you'll have regular classes, but we're going to make some classes available so you can practice, so let's go. We had classes, and that day we had 3 classes to train, so it went on until the day of the festival. The first event of the festival would be a race. At the beginning I already knew that Shoka would try to freeze our feet. That's why I used flames so my feet wouldn't freeze. Atsuya had his feet frozen, but he quickly used his fire orb to melt the ice. Melissa broke the ice with punches. Katsumi simply exploded the ice, and so on. We managed to reach Shoka, and then we reach an obstacle which is a gorge. Atsuya seems to have a plan. Atsuya, Legatus Orb. He starts teleporting between the pillars in the canyon. I wonder where that power comes from. He said it was magic, but it doesn't seem like it. I used the explosions to be able to move right there and move forward. The girls managed to do well there. Then we hit a minefield and Atsuya, Voltaica Orb. He starts blasting some of mine with electricity and I just follow the path he did. I eventually overtake him and come in first POV narrator. The first fight was Shinso versus Melissa. Shinso starts to tease Melissa until she responds and her eyes turn white. Shinso, get out of the arena. She starts walking out of the arena and at the last minute she snaps out of it. She starts trying to punch Shinso and he just gives up. Izuku went to talk to him. Izuku, you should depend less on your quirk. Shinso, and what do you know about it? I bet he was never called a villain because of his quirk. Izuku, do you know what my quirk is? I can steal, copy, give or destroy other quirks. Do you really think I was never called a villain because of that? What makes a quirk a villain or not is the person who uses the quirk. Shinso stops and starts to reflect on next fight. Atsuya versus Shoka. Atsuya, thinking I know she's one of the strongest in the class, so I need to end this soon. Once the fight starts, Atsuya, Celestial Staff, Criddle, Maelstrom, Ultimate Storm. Before Shoka could react, a wind blows her against the wall making her leave the arena. The next fight was QT versus Tokoyami. QT starts using KB to grab Tokoyami. It may not perish but she has a force that knows where it comes from. She managed to get close enough and grabbed Tokoyami from behind and made him hit his head on the ground and faint. Izumi went against Monoma. Monoma tried to approach like I said he tried, but I couldn't even get within 2 meters of her, since she used telekinesis to throw him away. The other fights except for the next ones I'm going to write and the next QT fight in the quarterfinals she lost, happened as in canon. Izumi versus Izuku. When the battle started it was possible to feel shock waves due to the telekinetic conflict that was happening between the two, so Izuku starts to approach and Izumi starts to retreat. The first slip that happened was this. So Izuku uses an explosion making Izumi retreat further and without realizing it, Izumi was already out of the ring. Atsuya's fight against Melissa. Melissa tries to go with the OFA on him. Atsuya, Paradox ORB. When Melissa tries to hit him, she ends up taking the damage he would take. Melissa, what was that? Atsuya, something I won't say what it is. Atsuya didn't seem to want to talk about what this orb specifically does. Then he uses Maelstrom again to throw Melissa out of the arena. This was the final fight. Izuku versus Atsuya. The fight starts with Izuku using Shoka's ice. Then Atsuya uses the Lotus Orb and prevents the ice from getting close to him. Atsuya, Divine Blade, Theos, Light of Orochi. A light comes out of the sword and it hurts Izuku a lot, but he doesn't give up and gets close enough to launch an explosion at Atsuya, who received a great deal of damage from the explosion, so with the little strength they had left, they start walking towards each other. Izuku is powerless to use a quirk and Atsuya powerless to use Tamaki. When they approach, one punches the other in the face and both fall unconscious, thus declaring a draw. This concludes the UA Sports Festival. Izuku POV. After what happened in the last fight, Atsuya and I managed to have the strength to go receive our medals, but right after that we were taken to the infirmary and there we started to rest, but something still bothered me. Me, Atsuya? Atsuya, yes? Me, I want to know the real origin of your powers. Atsuya, looks like you noticed? Me, I noticed, but can you tell me then? Atsuya, well, it seems like I can trust you. I guess. Anyway, as I said, my power is called Tamaki. In this reality only I possess that power. Me, why are you the only one? Atsuya, I am a descendant of Tamaki, who is a genderless being who lives in a dimension between dimensions. Nothing and no one can go there, and there is only one descendant of Tamaki per timeline. In other words, in our timeline I am that descendant. I'm not sure what the criteria for being a descendant are, but I know that we descendants of Tamaki are few per timeline, but at the same time we are infinite. Tamaki shouldn't go to any reality/timeline, only Tamaki's presence can erase a timeline or reality. This has happened several times. So when Tamaki wants to interact with something or someone, Tamaki uses the environment and elements for this. Tamaki's descendants have a tiny fraction of his power, so that we can manipulate our souls and attack the souls of others. Me, that's a lot of information at once. Who else besides me knows that? Atsuya, only Luna. I'm entrusting my secret to you, so for now don't tell anyone, that if anyone knows it could even cause an existential crisis in someone or worse, because I think the world is not prepared to know about the existence of a being like Tamaki. Me, is this entity benign? Atsuya, Tamaki is not evil or benign, She just does what she wants. Several realities on the verge of extinction were saved by Tamaki, others were destroyed, but not out of malice, just because in the beginning Tamaki wanted to interact directly with his descendants, but this resulted in the destruction of these timelines. The only ones who are sent to another reality when this happens are their descendants. After our conversation we rest, and then we are released. Today, Lady Aizawa told us that someone would come here to help us choose our hero names. It was midnight. I'll just list a few. Melissa chose Gal Might. Midnight. You look up to All Might, don't you? Melissa, just like many people. Cutie chose the Midnight. You chose that name because of your quirk, right? QT. Yes. Shoka chooses Frostburn. Midnight. Makes sense with your quirk. Izumi. Mine is Midnight. Interesting. Atsuya. Mine will be Tamaki's soul. Tamaki also means soul in Japanese. Midnight. Why did you choose that name? Atsuya. My skills work with my soul, so I thought it would make sense. Midnight. Right. I thought and chose my hero name. Me. My hero name is Arcanum 17. The Star. Midnight. What's the reason for that name? Me. Arcanum 17 of the tarot, purification, predestination and simplicity prevail. It symbolizes enlightenment in the midst of darkness. This arcanum is the star. Minute. Well thought out. The rest is like canon, and Katsumi's will be the same as Katsuki's would have. We were given 2 days to think about how we were going to do the heroic stages. I considered going with MT Lady, but the one that caught my attention the most was Ryuku, so that was the one I chose. QT and Izumi went to do an internship with Miruko. Shoka and Katsumi went to Endeavor's agency. When the days of the internship arrive, I went there together with Pony. Upon arriving, we found Ryuku and one more person waiting for us. Ryuku. Hello, I'm the heroine Ryuku. This is my apprentice Nijire. For the next few weeks you'll be interning at my agency. Follow me. So we head to a training area. We changed our clothes and started training. Pony was training controlling her horns when she shoots and training her body. I start training the quirks I already have, like Katsumi's explosions. After a while I go to Pony and... Me Pony. Pony? Yes? Me? Can I copy your quirk? Pony, speaking in broken Japanese. What do you mean? Me. I found your quirk interesting and wanted to know if I could copy it. Pony, speaking in broken Japanese. Sure you can. Thinking, oh my god, he's so close. I place my hand on Pony's head and copy her quirk. Then I start training with Pony's quirk. After a while I noticed that Pony was looking at me a little strange. She was a little red, honestly I don't know why. Izuku is too naive here, my god. I ignored it and continued training. A while passes and we finish our training for the day, so we go shower for dinner. After dinner we went to sleep while Ryuku and Nijire went on a patrol. They told us that it wasn't time for me and Pony to go on patrol. Before going to sleep Pony and I talked a little. Me. Why exactly do you want to become a pony hero? Pony. Well, I always wanted to be able to save people with a smile on my face, like the Star and Stripes. Me. You are an exchange student. You came from the US, right? Pony. Yes. Me. What do you think of Endeavor? Pony. He seems like a good hero, but he is very serious. He hardly smiles. Me. I sincerely agree with you. Pony. And why do you want to become a hero? Me. I just like you want to save people, but not only that, I also want to give other people hope. And I also want to show my worth to the world and prove that even people with villainous quirks can be heroes. Pony. That's a very noble goal on your part. Me. What heroine name did you choose? Pony. Centauria. I thought it was a cool name. Me. Indeed it is. Pony, speaking broken Japanese and blushing thanks. After that we go to sleep. The days went by and it was more of the same, until one day we were able to go on a patrol with Ryuku. The first time it was just a normal patrol without much happening. The second time, we were patrolling when we heard someone scream in pain. Me and Pony asked permission to use our quirks and Ryuku allowed it. When we arrive at the place we see Stain ready to kill Lita. Pony throws her horns at Stain. He dodges and goes on top of Pony and before she get height. I also throw horns at him. Stain. But how did you do that? Me. It's one of my skills. I copied Centauria's quirk, But I couldn't let you hurt her either. Melissa shows up and Melissa smash. Melissa punches Stain in the face. Tenya, what are you doing here? Get out, this is my revenge. Me, you should be ashamed of yourself. Heroes shouldn't seek revenge, that only destroys the person inside. You're nothing more than a false hero. Real heroes think of others before their interests. Upon hearing this, Tenya starts to reflect and Stain starts to smile. Stain, spoken like a true hero. What's your name? Me, my name is Arcanum 17. Stain begins to see the image of All Might in Izuku. Nijire enters the fight, and when Stain was going to cut her, I throw ice at him and pin him down. The ice prevents any movement and so we capture Stain. Izuku POV. Well, in summary of what happened for the capture of Stain, me, Melissa, Nijire, Lita and Pony would be punished for having used our quirks without a license, but me, Melissa, Nijire and Pony had authorization from the heroes with whom we were interning, so in addition of not having received punishment, we also received credit for the capture of Stain. Since Lita was not so lucky, he was suspended from the internships and the UA, in addition to being under house arrest until he could return to the UA, which is about 2 more weeks without counting that he had to stay in the hospital. Frankly, I don't know how he got so lucky that when we got there he wasn't dead for a while. We rested and re-interned and things went on almost as normal, except for the fact that Nijire and Pony wouldn't leave my side. The internships ended and we returned to the UA. Some students did not believe that Melissa, Pony and Nijire, I defeated and captured Stain. We returned with our hero costumes. Still, because we just arrived, we still didn't have time to change after the last patrol. As soon as I go to QT and Izumi, they receive me with several weak punches. Izumi, baka baka baka. Me, what is it? QT, do you have any know how much you worried us? What if you had died? Me, sorry but I know how to get by on my own. Izumi, please promise me you'll never take that risk again. Me, I can't promise that. Izumi/QT, T to the power of T. We return to the room and discover something. Aizawa, alright guys, you know there was the incident with Stain, but there was one more incident at Suya? How so? Aizawa, you can come in. Kirishima. Me, what happened? Kirishima, well, during one of the patrols, I was hit by someone with a quirk that made me change gender. After I went to ask the person if there was any way she could make me go back to normal, she said she couldn't and the effect it was permanent. The class didn't want to question too much, but we needed to keep going. After a few days we were given a vacation for the recent effort at the sports and internship festival, and also because they were going to build dormitories for the students. Izumi suggested we go out for a bit to have fun, so me, Shoka, Katsumi, QT and Izumi went to the shopping. We bought some things and went to the arcade to play some games. We ordered some pizzas and then I got some prizes with the tickets we won from the machines. We caught 9 stuffed Pokemon and some sweets. We had a lot of fun, and when we were returning home a child bumped into us. Please help me. Me, calm down, what happened? I ran away from him, but I think he's after me. Me, he who? 2, Eri, come back here. 2, Eri, come back here. Sorry about my daughter, she is very scared. The girl hides behind me. Me, if she's your daughter, why is she all bandaged up? 2, she just got hurt. Me, I don't trust you. He tries to attack me, I dodge his grab, so I put my hand on his head and steal his quirk and freeze him. Me, what's your quirk? He tries to use his quirk to get out of the ice, but since I stole it, he can't do anything. We waited for the police to arrive and we explained the situation. I would have been very bad if I hadn't explained that according to the law this is self-defense. But they asked me to return or destroy his quirk. I decided to destroy the quirk. Policeman, okay, they're free, but what about the child? Izumi, will take care of it. We took her to Nizu and explained her situation. Me, Nizu, we wanted to adopt her. Nizu, are you sure? Me and the girls. Nizu, right? Go to a registry office to register, but there's a small problem. You can't adopt her without someone of legal age to do it, so a person who was passing by decided to help us, and that person was the Ryuku. Ryuku, I can help but on one condition. Me, what condition would that be? Ryuku, I know you're in a different relationship where you have more than one partner, so I wanted me and Nijire to be able to participate. The girls start thinking for a while and the girls. Alright, we went to a registry office and did all the paperwork. Once we register and come back, and me, Eri, yes. Me, look at this. Eri, what is it? Me, An adoption document, that means we're your parents now. Eri, what is it? Me, they are people who take care of you. She starts to cry and we hug her. Eri, what should I call them? Izumi, you can call me Mommy or Izumi. QT, you can call me Mommy or QT. Katsumi, you can call me Mom or Katsumi. Shoka, you can call me Mom or Shoka. Ryuko, you can call me Mommy or Ryuko. Me, you can call me Daddy or Izuku. Eri, right, moms and dad. Well, me and the girls went to introduce Eri to everyone arriving at the dorms. Mina, hello Yagi, who is this child? Everyone there looks at me and Izumi. Me and the girls. This is our daughter. All, me and the girls. Momo, Izuku, what do you mean by your daughter? Achiko, exactly Izu. I feel a murderous aura coming from all the girls in the room, not sure about Kirishima. Me, she is my adopted daughter. Me and the girls recently adopted her as soon as we rescued her. I feel the aura disappearing. Eri, hello, who are you? Jiro, hello Eri, my name is Kyoka Jiro. Eri, hello Miss Jiro. Others show up. Me, what about Eri? Eri, I want to be friends with everyone. Everyone has a cuteness attack and almost faints. Izuku POV, if it's been a while since we rescued Eri. The other girls were happy, but at the same time they seemed a little sad. Recently QT went to talk to them. I don't know what the subject is, but it must be very important. Anyway, our days off are over. Aizawa. Well done class. You will have a summer camp in a week. The class begins to celebrate Aizawa. But, to go to the summer camp, you'll have to take a test in 3 days. One part of the exam will be written and the other part will be practical. So get ready. I better study for the written part of the test. I believe I'll need it. Mina, Momo, Yagis and Melissa. That's what? Mina, can you guys help us study? Ijira, yeah, ISCK at the hero law part, changed names so as not to be confusing to other people. Momo, of course, we can even study at my place. Me, wouldn't that be a problem? Momo, of course not. There's an area in my house that we can use for that. Everyone agreed to study together at Momo's house. When we arrived at Momo's house, we found out that she lives in what looks like a mansion. I thought that by the way she looks, she lived in a normal house. She opens the door so we can go in, so there we study for a few hours, and on the other days too. Of course I didn't forget to train for the practical exam too. Is there something going on with the girls? They perish happier than usual. I went to Momo to ask me, Momo, is something going on with you? You seem happier than usual. Momo, I'll tell you another time why. Me, right? Me and the others continue studying, and when it's time to leave, I make my way with Izumi and QT. Me, is there something going on with the other girls? They seem happier than usual. QT, later on you'll find out why. Me, right? I also trained the quirks I already have. I managed to copy Ijira's quirk. I think this will be useful. Then Aizawa said that we would have the exam and that we would have an hour to finish it, so in that part we did well. Now Aizawa, I'm happy to say that everyone passed the written part of the test. The class celebrates early. Aizawa, but now is the hardest part. You'll have to fight with the teachers. The class then realizes that they celebrated too soon. Aizawa, tomorrow will be the day you fight the teachers, so take the rest of the day off to train and you can wear your hero costumes the next day. I think me and the others are ready. Me and QT would face Endeavor. The other matches would follow as in the anime. At the time of our combat, QT and I started walking towards the exit of the false city until Endeavor finds us and starts attacking us with his fire. I stop the fire with ice, but he doesn't give up and throws more fire to melt the ice. QT then starts to use the KB that evolved with a secret training that QT did. He uses one of his claws that starts to release smoke, and it comes out of the smoke a little different. I don't know what happened inside the smoke, but I'll ask later. QT then hugs Endeavor from behind and gives him a German suplex, and he passes out. Then QT throws smoke with a smoke grenade she was carrying. When the smoke dissipates, she returns to normal. Me, how did you do it? QT, this is a secret for now. She said that while making this face we came back. And QT, Izuku, the girls have something to tell you. Momo, Jai, Mina, Tsu, Uraraka and Toru came. They were extremely red. Did I do something wrong? The girls, we love you, please hang out with us. Me, since when do you like me like this? Momo, since the day we met you, you've always cared and been kind to us even though we were feared people in our old school. Jiro, you helped me the first day without even asking who I was. Mina, so from the day we met you, the 6 of us fell in love with you. Tsu, we've already asked QT and the others. Achiko, and they said no problem. Toru, so what's your answer? I all red. Answer me, I accept you. Then we hug each other and each of them kisses me. Izuku POV. After the girl's confession, we went back to the dorms. Everyone was exhausted from the tests. We all needed to rest, so we went to the dorms. In the following days, some of the people in the class were depressed about not having passed the exam, but Aizawa, well, as you know, we're going to summer camp, but I have good news. Those who didn't pass the previous exam will be able to go. The people who didn't pass were happy, but as the saying goes, when the alms are too much, even the saint is suspicious. Aizawa. But you'll have extra lessons to make up for it. People who didn't pass were already discouraged again. A few days pass and the day has come to go to summer camp. We were taking Eri. We explained to Eri about Izumi now being her mother too when we got there. Hello Aizawa, I see you brought a lot of people. Mina, who are they? We see 4 people. Pixie Bob. I am Pixie Bob. Mandalay. I am Mandalay. Izumi speaks. Izumi. Wow, these are 2 of the wild pussycats, are heroines that 18 years ago me. Thinking, what did you do? You're a girl and you don't know about this rule. But she really looks young. Then Pixie Bob goes towards Izumi and says, Izuku equals Izumi. Pixie Bob, just so you know, I'm 18 at heart. Me, you really look pretty young to me. She blushes a little. Pixie Bob, at least someone understands this. I go to Izumi and say, me, since you're a girl, you should know that age is a sensitive topic for other girls. QT is approaching. QT, how do you know that? Me, that's a question that will go unanswered for now. Smiley face. Then QT starts pouting. Me, you're really cute doing that, you know. She is completely red. QT, baka. She hits me in the head. Me, that hurt. QT, you deserved baka. I look to the side and see the little boy and the girl. Me, who are Atsuya? Luna. Atsuya goes to the girl and they both hug. Luna, I missed you too. Mandalay / Izumi, do you guys know each other? Me, wait, is this Luna? Atsuya, yeah. QT, how do you know who Izuku is? Me, this is Atsuya's girlfriend. Everyone, what? Atsuya, no need to shout. Luna, I didn't know you were coming today. I thought it would be another class. Atsuya, what did you come here for? Luna, I came here because my aunt called me, as I really like heroes. She said it would be cool for me to see the training of future heroes. Mandalay, I didn't know he was your boyfriend. You could have told me he studied at UA. Luna, I knew he studied at UA, but I didn't think it was very important to say. Atsuya, Lu, what is your relationship with Mandalay? Luna, she's my aunt. Atsuya, incredible. I don't know how I didn't notice that. Atsuya looks to the side. Atsuya, hello Koda. Koda, hi Atsuya. Me, what is the relationship between Koda and you? Atsuya, technically I'm his brother-in-law. Luna, Koda is my brother, yes. His parents in this are alive. Izumi, Eri, why don't you go talk to him? Eric? Okay mom. The heroines are a bit shocked to hear these words coming from Eri's mouth. Eri goes to him and starts talking. Then it was explained to us that we would have until noon to arrive at the camp, and then Pixie Bob uses her quirk and throws us down the slope and tells us to go to the camp in the fall. We are separated. I end up staying with QT, Atsuya and Luna, who was thrown together. Luna, I guess it wasn't for me to be thrown together. Meanwhile with Pixie Bob. Mandalay, why did you throw Luna with them? Pixie Bob was being shaken. Pixie Bob, I am sorry. Back to Izuku and his group. Atsuya, I can map the area like I did last time and know the way. Me, good idea. Atsuya. Atsuya, Galactica orb. After a minute the scan is done. Atsuya still had the orb in his hand. Atsuya, follow me. We start following him, so I put on some music to distract myself. I still got some life in me. You can try to shake me. I still got some fight in me, but you can never break me. Break me. I see the clouds around me start to darken like searching eyes of serpents, always watching. Tell me I'm still breathing. Tell me there's still feelin'. Resistance makes me stronger. It makes me stronger. Time for me to be defiant, 'cause I won't be silenced when I suffer. Oh, slinging shots at Goliath. Gonna call down fire in rain and thunder. Oh. On the way they meet Pixie Bob monsters and we start to fight. As soon as she transforms, she starts destroying Pixie Bob's mud monsters very easily. I see the world around me start to darken. Resistance makes me stronger, so make me stronger. Stronger. Whatever comes. I'm standin' in the storm like never before. The pressure builds around me. Let the winds surround me. Whatever comes, I'm not giving up. Fearless as a lion, not afraid of dying. I still got some life in me. You can try to shake me. I still got some fight in me, but you can never break me. I'm standin' in the storm like never before. The pressure builds around me. Let the winds surround me. I'll stand in the storm. I still got some life in me. I'll stand in the storm. I still got some fight in me. Storm. I feel the voices underneath me calling. I sink into the grave of the fallen. Tell me that you hear them. Hear them. Tell me that you don't fear them. Fear them. Resist a little longer. Death before dishonor. QT and I started destroying others on the way. Nothing left to be decided. 'Cause I won't be quiet when they threaten. Oh, through the hate and the violence got truth on my side and love's my weapon. Oh. I feel the voices underneath me calling. Resist a little longer. Death before dishonor. Honor, honor, honor. Whatever comes, comes. I'm standing in the storm like never before. The pressure builds around me. Let the winds surround me. Whatever comes, I'm not giving up. Fearless as a lion, not afraid of dying. I still got some life in me. You can try to shake me. I still got some fight in me, but you can never break me. I'm standing in the storm like never before. The pressure builds around me. Let the winds surround me. I'll stand in the storm. Storm. I'll stand in the storm. Storm. Slinging shots at Goliath. Slinging shots at Goliath. Time for me to be defiant. You can try to shake me. I still got some life in me, but you can never break me. I still got some fight in me. I'm standing in the storm like never before. The pressure builds around me. Let the winds surround me. Whatever comes, I'm not giving up. Fearless as a lion, not afraid of dying. Atsuya uses his fire orb to dry the monsters and then Luna breaks them. I still got some life in me. You can try to shake me. I still got some fight in me, but you can never break me. I'm standing in the storm like never before. The pressure builds around me. Let the winds surround me. I'll stand in the storm. 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 I still got some life in me. At the end of the song, we arrived at the camp without much difficulty. We were the first to arrive. Thanks to Atsuya's power, Luna returns to normal. Atsuya. Now all that's left is to wait for the others. After a while, little by little, the others arrived. Pixie Bob. Alright, y'all got here before noon, so here's lunch. We each received our lunch. Mandalay. Get ready, because in the afternoon you will train. We had lunch and rested to await the training. Izuku POV. As soon as everyone arrived, we were better introduced to the camp, and then we could have lunch in the afternoon. We started training our quirks. Each of us was training in a different way. I was training my aim with the quirk I copied from Pony. Instead of just guiding the horns, I was just firing them to test my aim. Atsuya was using another orb. What does this orb do? He's standing there watching the surroundings. I go to him to ask me, what does this orb do? Atsuya. It allows me to go somewhere else, but it has another effect. Me. What effect would that be? Atsuya. This orb can also give me premonitions. Me. Right, what have you seen so far? Atsuya. Premonitions are very vague, but apparently something is going to happen here. I saw the forest on fire. Me. We better stay alert. What's the name of this orb? Atsuya. This is the Dogmatica orb. I go back to training, this time using explosions. QT uses that same smoke trick and transforms. Apparently this form increases her strength and agility. Izumi starts using his telekinesis to move some rocks and then uses them to try to crush some things. Melissa was crushing rocks. Katsumi was throwing blasts upwards. Shoko was inside a can and started to release fire and ice. Something appears in my hand. I think I've seen that somewhere before. I start to remember. And this was in Luna's left hand when she used her quirk. I'd better ask her later about that. Once the day is over, everyone is exhausted and then we go to sleep. I end up having a bad omen about the camp. That was during the dream I saw Katsumi being kidnapped. As soon as we all woke up, we had our breakfast and started our training routine. Me. Izumi. Izumi. Yes, brother. Me. So I think I had a bad omen during a dream. I explained to her about my dream and what I saw. Izumi. I hope it's nothing, but it'll be all right, brother. We continued the training. Izumi told me to calm down, but that dream keeps bothering me. I'm sure it's not just intuition. I start doing the same workout Shoko was doing before. Momo was eating and using her quirk. Me. Luna. Luna. Yes. Me. Do you know what brand this is? I saw her when you used your quirk, and Luna shows her left arm and she had this mark even though she wasn't transformed. Luna. This is the mark of the silver key. There are a total of 6 types of mark: silver, copper, gold, cobalt, iron and platinum. It is rare for someone to be born with any of these, only it is even rarer for someone to win one of these after Bearteach, but that's all I know. I don't know exactly what they do. Maybe if you look you'll find out what each one does. Me. I understand. When going to sleep I start to look at my hand and my mark starts to resonate. I still don't understand. I have to ask Nizu soon about this mark. I am going to sleep at bedtime. I have one more dream. I see a man putting his hand on the ragdoll's head and it was a man with a head like a potato. Okay, that was weird, but I hear Ragdoll saying something. Ragdoll. What's going on? It's all getting dark. I can't seem to use my quirk. Then I get it. This potato-headed guy steals quirks. Wait, steals quirks. It's similar to my quirk. Could it be? As soon as I wake up, I tell Izumi and tell her to stay alert. I'll go and talk to Itsuya and Luna. Itsuya, me and Luna will watch over them, just in case. Luna, my mark already resonated once. I had a kind of strange dream, but I can't remember what it was exactly because I was only 5 years old. I can't stop thinking about these dreams. I'm not a skeptic, so I think these dreams really mean something. So another day of training, it was more of the same. Izumi this time was practicing locomotion using a steel plate. Katsumi was using her explosions to gain momentum. Lito was running around. Melissa used her quirk to gain more speed. When night came, I started to smell burning. Villains were attacking the camp. Itsuya predicted the forest on fire. I mobilized to help people not to get hurt by fire. Some students started to fight with other villains, and there was a Nomu here too. They started to throw some kind of gas on us. Momo managed to make some masks so as soon as we left. Mandalay says that his nephew was with Eri in a part of the camp, so I went out desperate to look for the two. When I find where Eri and Koda are, I see a villain called Muscular going after Kodami. Stay away from Koda and Tue. Muscular, and who are you going to stop me? Do not make me laugh. I go up to him and manage to steal his quirk, and then I ice him. Me, you should be ashamed of yourself, attacking two innocent children. With Itsuya and Luna POV narrator, they protected the WWBC. It wasn't hard, the villains couldn't handle them. Mandalay, Ragdoll, Pixie Bob. Thanks Itsuya. You're welcome. After all, I also had to help you since we're family. Izuku arrives. Izuku, here's your nephew. Koda runs and hugs his aunt. As soon as we defeat the villains, I go to Muscular to ask him why he's here. He says he came to capture Katsumi and Ragdoll. As soon as we got back, we learned that Tokoyami was contained by Shoka, Katsumi, but later Katsumi was captured by the villains. Momo said she threw a tracker on Katsumi to see where Love is and where Katsumi is. Izuku POV, we started planning how we would rescue Katsumi as I had copied Kirishima's quirk. Me, her, Shoka and Melissa would take the front line, me and Kirishima to be able to defend and Shoka and Melissa to attack. Then I should get Katsumi out of there. Izumi would be helping the staff and preventing further damage from happening. Me, Momo, have you identified the place yet? Momo, apparently Katsumi is in Kamino ward. The next day the plan begins. As soon as it gets dark we start to act. We went to the location in Kamino ward. As soon as we arrive at the bar where the LOV was, the students and some heroes prepare to attack with everything. Katsumi POV, you should ally with us. I know you love that boy, so why don't you ally with us? Just imagine he would be all and yours alone. Me, I already said that I will not ally with you. I will not betray Iken's trust. You are insistent. Me, I should be saying that about you. Izuku POV, as soon as Melissa destroys the wall I go and remove Katsumi from there and cut the ropes that hold her. Me, are you okay, Kat? Katsumi, yes thank you. Izu, we started fighting some villains, then a person appears floating. That's disappointing. Tamura, huh? He looks at me. I think, well look who's here. Son. Me, are you talking to me? Who else would I be talking to? You have the improved version of my quirk. After all, everyone but me looked shocked. Me, well I guess I have to thank you after all. If you hadn't abandoned that woman and me at my beat, I would never have met these amazing people here. He looked surprised. I guess there's no way to tell with that mask is. Wait, I think this might be your weakness. Endeavor starts attacking the villain. Me, aim for the mask. This is his weak point. Then he starts aiming his flames at the villain's mask. I help freezing part of his body. Itsuya comes to help too. Itsuya, perpetual orb. The ice started to look different. The flames couldn't melt the ice after Itsuya used that orb. Then Melissa gives the final blow to the villain and knocks him out. The dark mist villain takes the other villains and goes elsewhere. So our mission here was accomplished. We killed 2 birds with 1 stone. We rescued Katsumi and we managed to defeat my father. Izuku POV, after Katsumi's rescue, we went back to the camp and also helped to recover some of the things that were destroyed. Then we went back to training, and as soon as the camp was over. Me, did something happen? Itsuya, Luna goes to UA. Me, what? But now? Itsuya, yes, but there's something that worries me about that. Me, what would it be? Itsuya, she will be a student of Nizumi. Wait a minute. Itsuya, yeah, both of us. The world is doomed. When we got back to you we got 3 days off, but before that I called Itsuya, Luna and QT to go with me to talk to Nizu. Come on in. We enter. Me, I wanted to ask you about the silver key mark. I wanted to know more about it, so I thought you might know something about it, Nizu. I've seen this before. Let me see. He looks in a book and shows me the information. In the book, mark of the silver key. If you show this mark to any door you go to the world of the silver key, you can also have visions about the past, present or future as an extra skill of the mark of the silver key. Nizu, that's all I have for information, so I go to go to that world. As soon as I get there, my brand and Lunas seem to be starting to echo. Head west from where you are me. Did anyone else hear that? QT/Itsuya. No, Luna. I heard QT. What did you hear? Me? A voice said to head west, Luna. It must be important. We just did what the voice told me to do. Arriving there, I see a house that stands out from the others. Can you come in? When we entered, we saw something that we don't know if it's human or not. We stand guard. No need to be skittish. We were still on guard and there was strange music in the background. Fubiki. My name is Fubiki. I'm the one who gave you the visions and guided you. Hear me. Why did you do that? Fubiki. For the story to precede me. History. What are you talking about? Fubiki. It's part of my power. Me. What's your skill, Fubiki? Fubiki. Conscience/authority of the author. Me. What does that mean? Fubiki. I am an author of realities and I can change anything in these realities, from the beginning of history to the present moment and the future. I know everything that will happen. I gave small clues that changed the course of your history. Me. So it was you who gave me omens and visions. What would have happened if you hadn't given me these? Fubiki. At the time Ragdoll would have lost her quirk. Me. Did you give me that mark? Fubiki. I'm the one who gives these marks to people. After all, I'm in all the key worlds. Another interesting thing is that normally when I call you in other stories to come talk to me, I assume Itsuya's appearance. Itsuya? Why do you assume my appearance? Fubiki. Because you are one of my avatars, just like the fallen one from Albaz, which is my current appearance, is also my avatar Itsuya. So that means my whole life I've been Fubiki. No, you are not my avatar in this story. The fallen one from Albaz is my avatar. Don't confuse things. Me. Are you a god or something? Fubiki. PFFF. Ha, of course not. Don't confuse things. I'm a writer who wrote his alternate realities. I'm very far from being a god or anything like that, because even I don't know if my narrative stack is the last one. It could be that my reality is just another story or a universe simulated by some being that could be above me. QT. That's a lot of information at once. Me. Can you tell me what's going to happen next? Fubiki. I can, but I won't. You and the readers will still have to find out later, and I don't want to spoil it. Me. What music is that in the background? Fubiki. This is a song by one of the best bands I've ever heard. The band's name is Skillet and the song is called Salvation. Me. The rhythm of this song is good. Luna. Is there anything else about these marks? Fubiki. Each one leads to a different type of world, and I'm still creating 3 more types. Me. What did you call us for? Fubiki. Look, I called you here just to say this. There are 3 girls in your Izuku reality that will need your help. You'll know who they are. Just to be sure, all 3 are sisters and they all have a mark of key, so just help them. I can't say more than that. Me. Right, we return to UA to tell Nizu what happened. He seems to have become more excited. Izuku POV. I'm still trying to understand. What did Fubiki mean by helping 3 girls and that I would know who they are? QT. Are you still thinking about what Fubiki said? Me. Yes, QT. What did Fubiki mean by, you will know who they are? Me. I don't know, maybe he'll do something so I can identify who they are. QT. Anyway, we can't stand still, because if we need to find someone, we won't find that someone standing in the same place. Me. Right, should we call someone else? QT. How about we call it Suya and Luna again? After all, we haven't even told the others about this business of our universe being written by someone else. Me. Of course. We called it Suya and Luna. They came to us and we agreed to leave Luna. Let me get this straight. You want our help looking for the people Izuku needs to help. We weren't doing anything important and we don't have anything important to do either, so better use the time for something, right? We went out and looked around, enjoyed it too, and had ice cream while we were at the ice cream parlor. My and Luna's marks began to echo. Fubiki. They're me. They're here. Luna. But where? We start looking around and see 3 girls. Me. It must be them. QT. Look at those 2 arms at Suya. They also have marks. The girl in the blue hooded sweatshirt came to us. Blue. Are you Izuku? Me. Yes, Hina. My name is Hina Haka. The green one is Anna and the purple one is Kana. They are my younger sisters. We heard that you would help us. Is that true? Me. Fubiki told me to help 3 girls. I think it's you 3 Kana. He also told us that we would receive help from someone. Me. What do you need help with? Anna, we want help finding our mother QT and the others come here QT. Don't worry, we'll do our best to help. Me, if you say your skills it might make things easier. Hina. My quirk is called Alter Type 1. Basically I can change properties of the things I touch. For example, I can turn a stone into an explosive. I have the silver key mark that gives me the ability to have premonitions. Anna, my quirk is Proton. I can create spheres of light and control the luminosity of anything. I have the golden key mark that allows me to see what things are made of. In other words, I can know the smallest details of things. Hannah, my quirk is Alter Type 2. It's very similar to Hina's. The difference is that instead of changing the interaction properties of things, I change the physical properties of things. Being able to change the state of anything, for example, more clearly, is that with my touch I can make water go from liquid to gaseous, from gaseous to liquid, and so on. My mark is the copper one. It allows me to know statistics of anything I touch, for example, to know durability of things, how long it exists, etc. Me, right? Do you have any leads? Hina, just a note. She hands me the note and the phrase, "The Cradle of Death," was written on it. Hina, it's the only lead we have. The others looked confused, but me, I got it. Anna, wait, really? Me, it's something I heard a few times when I was a kid. The Cradle of Death is also the name of a mountain called Haka. When I went running I found out it's called that because many people climb it. That mountain, either they don't come back or they die from frostbite when they reach the base of the mountain, and I don't think it's a coincidence that the 3 of you have the same last name. Hina, yes, but how are we going to be sure? Atsuya, I can scan the mountain with one of my abilities. Me, again your skills being useful. Atsuya, after the sweep, Izuku and I can use fire skills to keep ourselves warm and not die. Anna, this might be our only chance to find out what happened or where our mother is. We left there and went to the mountain. There Atsuya started using the Galactica orb to scan the place after the necessary time, which took longer than usual due to the fact that the place he scanned this time was as much due to the fact that the snow and low temperature could interfere with it, as well as the size of the mountain. Atsuya, apparently there's a house on the mountain. Maybe it'll have the answers you're looking for. We start to climb the mountain, but Atsuya starts using an orb other than the fire one. Atsuya, Presidium Orb. Atsuya, I thought better of it, and if only you use fire and I use this orb, we'll be more protected. This is the Protection Orb. It prevents any harm from happening to whatever I'm protecting, in addition to copying properties of things that I want, which is the fire you are creating. The heat is a little weaker, but it is enough. Me, I get it. We followed Atsuya and arrived at a hut. We knock on the door and someone comes to answer us. What are you doing here? Hina, we want to know if you know anything about a woman named Nora Haka. He gets wide-eyed and tells us to come in. Narasha, my name is Narasha Yazing, and what is your relationship with Nora? Hina, me, Anna and Kana are her daughters. Narasha, I'm sorry to break this news to you, but Nora is dead. The 3 are wide-eyed. Kana, how? Narasha, like most people who come here, she died because of the temperature. She came here while running away from some people. I found her still alive and I did everything to keep her alive, but she couldn't resist the temperature, and before she died she told me her story. She spoke about you and asked me to deliver this. He went to a room and got a music box, a lamp and a flute. Narasha, she asked me to give this to the 3 of you. He hands things over to them. Me, how can you live here? Narasha, my quirk makes my body extremely hot when it's cold, and extremely cold when it's hot. Hina, crying thank you. Anyway, we leave there and make our way to the foot of the mountain. Me, I'm sorry you guys found out about it that way. Anna, it's okay, you helped us, at least now we know what happened. Hina, if you need help, just go to this address or call us and we'll help. She hands me a piece of paper with their address and Hina's number on it. Me, right? QT POV, we received 2 days off for the events that occurred. So me and the girls from the first class decided to go out on a girls' day. I said that day Izuku shouldn't be with me or the girls. He understood and went to do it. Something he didn't say what it was. Maybe he went to have fun with some boys. We also decided to call Ijira, so she could get better used to living with us, because apparently she still hasn't gotten used to it 100%. So we took advantage and called Luna too. We prepared everything. We agreed to leave the dorms for a bit. Narrator. The dorms were implemented in the UA after Katsumi's rescue, so we first went to some tourist spots. We also went up to a tower that gave an appealing view of the city. We walked around there for a while, talked to each other, ate some food from the tower. After that we went to the mall. There we bought some things, we had fun on some machines there, everyone had a lot of fun. We went to an amusement park. There was a game there that strangely was free to play. It didn't give points or anything like that. It was a person with a different lie detection quirk. This person's quirk worked like this. The person did a question and the other person who is playing writes on a yes or no paper, or something more specific would have to be written more accurately. If the paper comes out of the green color, he spoke the truth. If it is a lie, the paper will be red. We were answering normally and the other girls took the same test, and one question in particular Ijira lied. Do you love me? And the girls who are in a relationship with Izuku speak the truth. Luna said she liked Itsuya and the paper came out green, and when Ijira replied that he didn't like anyone, the paper came out red. It made me strange that Ijira told a lie like that. I have a theory, but I have to confirm it later. We continued going to other rides, target shooting, and even won some prizes. We go to a bar and I popped the question, me, Ijira, who do you really like? She starts to sweat. Ijira. Wi the question. Me, when we were in the park you lied on the question about who you love and I'm a little curious. Ijira. Too like Izuku. Me, I knew. Ijira. Wait, did you know me? I had my suspicions, but I was 90% sure it was. Can you say why? Ijira. When the incident happened to me and I ended up becoming a girl, some people from UA started to laugh at me, like Minoma, even Tetsu started to look at me crookedly. Izuku realized what was happening to me and went to talk to me and told me it gave comfort. He helped me a lot with this situation now. Me, then why don't you confess it to him? You know me and the girls in first are sharing it. Ijira. Would you accept me? More importantly, do you think he would accept me? Izumi, I think it's worth it for you to declare yourself. After all, you could end up spending the rest of your life with that weight on your shoulders for not talking. One of the people from was randomly asked to sing on stage, and it was, did Izuku and Itsuya go along? What do they do here? Izuku, well, since I was selected, I'll do this right. The name of this song is In the End by Linkin Park. Interpret as you wish. Who sings what part? By the way, what do you think of the song? It starts with one thing. I don't know why. It doesn't even matter how hard you try. Keep that in mind. I designed this rhyme to explain in due time. All I know. Time is a valuable thing. Watch it fly by as the pendulum swings. Watch it count down to the end of the day. The clock ticks life away. It's so unreal. It's so unreal. You didn't look out below. Watch the time go right out the window. Trying to hold on to didn't even know I wasted it all just to watch you go. Watch you go. I kept everything inside, and even though I tried, it all fell apart. What it meant to me will eventually be a memory of a time when I tried so hard and got so far, but in the end, it doesn't even matter. I had to fall to lose it all, but in the end, it doesn't even matter. One thing, I don't know why it doesn't even matter how hard you try. Keep that in mind. I designed this rhyme to remind myself how I tried so hard. I tried so hard. In spite of the way you were mocking me, acting like I was part of your property, remembering all the times you fought with me. I'm surprised it got so far. Things aren't the way they were before. You wouldn't even recognize me anymore. Not that you knew me back then, but it all comes back to me. In the end, you kept everything inside, and even though I tried, it all fell apart. What it meant to me will eventually be a memory of a time when I tried so hard and got so far, but in the end, it doesn't even matter. I had to fall to lose it all, but in the end, doesn't even matter. I've put my trust in you, pushed as far as I can go for all this. There's only one thing you should know. I've put my trust in you, pushed as far as I can go for all this. There's only one thing you should know. I tried so hard and got so far, but in the end, it doesn't even matter. I had to fall to lose it all, but in the end, it doesn't even matter. Izuku, I hope you enjoyed it. Shoka, what a coincidence that Izuku is here. Me, yes, me. Well, then you confess your feelings to him. When we go back, I see Izuku. Me, Izuku, Ijira wants to tell you something. Izuku, Ijira, I was wondering if Izuku, yes. Ijira, I wanted to know if you would agree to date me. Izuku, if it's okay with the girls, I'll take it. I push Ijira and they kiss me. Oops. Izuku, you did that on purpose, right? And it's of course. Izuku POV, after everything that's happened these past few days, only one thing has been bothering me. Shigaraki, I'm already settled with Izumi and the others. With my classmates, that's the only thing that truly bothers me at the moment. Something tells me that, by the way, All for One spoke to Shigaraki. They must have a relationship. This feeling is making me very uneasy. I go to Nizu to ask if he or someone else can interrogate All for One or my father, right? I'll go to Nizu's office. Nizu, come in. I enter the office. Nizu, you can speak. Izukami, I wish we could interrogate my father in Tartarus. There are some things I want to ask him. Nizu, any specific reason? Me, something about Shigaraki is bothering me deeply, something that might be our undoing if we don't mobilize in time. Nizu, I see, I'll see what I can do. I tell the girls about what I was feeling. They started to reflect because the last time we went through something like this, it was during the camp, and from what everyone remembers, it wasn't something pleasant. We have regular classes for about 3 days. I mentioned to Nizu about a person who could help with the interrogation. Shinso, Nizu and the other heroes reached an agreement and Shinso agreed to participate. They called me to go along. We went to Tartarus and there was the BSRD. He was wearing a vest and bracelets that cancel quirks. AFO, all for one. What do I owe them for the visit? Shinso, could you answer a few questions for us? FO, why would I do that? Is he in a trance? Can't see that. Potato heads. Shinso, tell us all about Tamura Shigaraki, he said, and we started recording the conversation. AFO. His real name is Tenko Shimura. I picked him up on the streets after his abusive father put him out of the house. That was part of my plan. I killed his grandmother Nana Shimura. For being a hero, her son thought she abandoned her family and ended up becoming an abusive father, so everything went the way I wanted. He killed his whole family when his quirk awoke because of the mental state he was in. I kept feeding Tenko's hatred to be easily manipulated. I just wanted him as a form of backup for my desires and mind. After that I get even more pissed off at that potato head. I tell Shinso to ask one more thing. Shinso, why did you abandon Izuku when his mother gave Biarge to him? AFO, I used his mother to give Biarge to a child who could be my successor, just in case my plan with Shigaraki didn't work out. I honestly never really loved that woman. I consider punching him in the face, but better not yet. Shinso, got something to talk about your associates. And where is Tenko? AFO, Kyudai Garaki is a doctor associated with me who created the Nomus. His office is on street and the League of Villains is in a mansion in the forest. That was the HQ of some fanatics against people with mutation-type quirks. Nizu, let's go. As soon as we left the place, we started to make a plan. But first we have to deal with Garaki. QT and I were in charge of that. We went to the maniac doctor's office. Dr. Garaki, how can I help you? Us. We already know who you are and who you work with. He starts to sweat. QT, you can surrender peacefully or try to resist. He tries to attack us with some quirk that All for One gave him, but it was useless. QT went to her other form and suplexed Garaki, knocking him out. Then I steal his quirks. We take him to the heroes and he's taken to Tartarus. The next step is to save the Tenko. We prepared and trained for a few days to break into the mansion and started. The first person we meet is Adabi. Shoka says go ahead while she deals with Dabi. Shoka says he's strangely familiar to her. Shoka POV, he's using a blue flame quirk. So me, are you my brother by any chance? Dabi, Tuya Todoroki yes it's me. Shoka, I'm undercover. Hear me, so we don't need to fight. Tuya, yes, tell the old man that I'm already tired of staying here. Izuku POV, we found other villains on the way and other heroes stayed to deal with them. QT and Izumi got in the way of dealing with a Tagash. Didn't seem right in the head. As soon as I arrive at Tenkomi, hello Tenko, well, let's get this over with. Me, first I want you to know some truths about your sensei. All for One. Tenko, what would that be? Me, do you remember the day he found you? Well, you were found by the wrong person. Tenko, what do you mean? Me, from the beginning he just wanted your body as a backup. He fueled his hatred on purpose just to use you in the end. If you had been found by my mother, maybe fate would have been different. Tenko, but because my grandmother was gone, my family fell apart. Me, do you know how she disappeared? Tenka, no me, your grandmother Nana Shimura was killed by the hands of All for One. Tenko gets wide-eyed. Tenko, I can't believe it. I show him the tapes of what All for One said. Tenko, crying. So this all started with that DM and All for One. Me, yes, but I think there's still hope for you. The UA is testing a villain rehabilitation program. I think you can try it. I hug him and he hugs me back without touching all of his fingers to me. When I come back I see that they all managed to defeat the villains successfully. I see that Izumi and QT defeated Toga, who was going to be sent to the UA rehabilitation program. After a few days I left a little on the way back to UA. I took advantage and picked some fruits. When I got back to UA I heard some news on the television and Tartarus was attacked and All for One escaped. I think she will seek revenge, but who attacked Tartarus to release the villains? And why did you do it? These are questions that I feel will soon be answered. A few more days later it was night and I start to hear rumblings from outside the UA were various villains including All for One. And what is it? It must have been the one that attacked Tartarus. Nizu summoned everyone to face the threat. Endeavor starts fighting all for one. Itsuya resolves that he would take out many villains at once. Itsuya, Voltaica Orb. He and Denki electrocute several of the villains after Shoka and Katsumi manage to defeat the thing that attacked Tartarus. They have improved a lot since their summer camp training. Then I decided to join the fight against my father. AFO, you brat, do you know how bad you caused me? Me? I hope the worst possible. UBSTRD. Tenko shows up to help. AFO, and you ungrateful beach, I picked you OFF the streets and welcome you. Tenko, but it was your fault too that I was put out on the streets for one thing. Shigaraki tries to lay his hands on All for One, and when All for One would put his hand on Tenko's head to steal his quirk, I managed to reach him, put my hand on his head and destroy all the quirks he had, and he couldn't steal Tenko's quirk. So the fight ends with the villains defeated and they return to Tartarus. Epilogue. It's been 4 years since the All for One incident happened. We managed to get Tenko and Toga rehabilitated. Tenko and Toga ended up living a normal civilian life, with Tenko starting to study medicine and Toga starting to study acting, because by the nature of her quirk there could be several possibilities for her. The girls and I managed to get married. Shoka told us about Tuya and he went to pursue a career as a professional hero, and thus ends the story of how I became a hero, never giving up to smile. Thank you for joining us on this journey through What If Deku Had a Quirk Called All for One 2.0? We hope you found it as captivating as we did. A big thank you to Fubiki14 for creating such an engaging story. Don't forget to visit their profile on Wattpad for more fantastic works. The link is in the description below. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe to Zenin Fanfics for more intriguing explorations into fanfiction and fantasy. Your support helps us create more content like this, and we love hearing your thoughts and suggestions in the comments section. See you soon in the next video.